parental advisory.
If you are a parent, a guardian, a trusted adult, scroll.
We will be talking about sex.
If you can't talk about it, you shouldn't be doing it.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Derek,
Antoinette,
Shanita,
Joe, and we are the Round Table. I want to welcome you to week 3, where we are talking about sex in marriage, the ups and the downs. So,
that finger was horrible.
it is what it is. We're talking about the ups and the downs of sex in a marriage. And I guess we'll go with the first question that came up a couple weeks ago, which was, what do you do when your partner is not satisfied? Joe, you want to tackle first?
I think the main thing is you got to be open and honest, right? I guess and then take a step back. Have they ever satisfied you, right? Those are the questions. So if they have, try to go back to that place and, you can kind of hint to things that you liked in that moment that you would like for them to repeat. I mean, sometimes you got to also realize it's not always good to tackle those conversations in the moment because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. And, it just might not be, you might be in the doghouse for longer than what you expected. Sometimes you just need to wait and take time and say, hey, you know what? The last time we had this moment, it'd have been nice if you'd have did this or you did that. It's always good to, especially, and even sometimes during the act, if you and your partner are comfortable, to express what you would desire, The bedroom is undefiled. It's in the Bible. So you can speak, you can be very frank and direct and however nasty you want to be. So you just want to make sure, I think the main thing is to be open and honest and express. And, sometimes you have to tell people what you like. You know what I mean? Sometimes when my wife cooks, sometime when we first got married, she might have cooked all the steak medium well. That's how she likes it. But that's not how I like it. I like it medium rare. And during the dating process, you know what a lot of times we do? We just hold on our mask and be just struggling with that medium well steak and just trying to just push it on through. But when you get married, when you're in a relationship for a long time, it's hard to really hide your feelings and things will bubble up. And you come home one day, you had a long day of work, and she cooked you that nice medium well steak that you said you like, but you really don't like, and you just blow up and you just toss the plate, and you're like, I don't want this anymore. I want it medium rare. Well, you done loved medium well this entire time for about 5-10 years. So you just have to be open and honest. I think that's the key in any relationship. I would recommend that if you're going to marry or in a long-term relationship, you have to be with somebody you can be open and honest with. Mm-hmm. Because there are going to be moments in any marriage where if you're not open and honest, it can just destroy the relationship. So it's going to be important that you're open and honest and tell the person exactly what you want. Because clearly, if you're not satisfied, then clearly you know what does satisfy you. And so hopefully the person that you're with has the utensils or whatever the case may be to satisfy you.
I'm going to be honest.
Open and honest.
Ain't many people going to sit there and be like, yo, you're trash. Like that.
You're not going to tell your spouse that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So how do you tell? Like, it's just, that's not going to happen. Like, I don't understand. How do you be open and honest about sex? Like,
if you can't talk about it, you shouldn't be doing it.
I agree.
But you say, baby, put your leg up, leg down, turn this way, turn that way. I mean,
you ask them, does this feel good? Do you like this? Yeah. Do you want me to do this? What would you like? What would you like for me to do?
We are very communicative. in our situation.
So you ask questions. You don't have to say, "Oh, this is trash." That's not what
You are garbage.
You can say, ouch.
Please leave.
You can
can
say,
say-
"Ouch."
You could go use the bathroom and then go to bed.
He's said ouch at times. I've said ouch at times. And it's just a clue to give each other, hey, don't do that no more.
Yeah.
But you
So
don't
Chanel,
say,
Safe word.
yes,
No,
pineapple.
safe word. Safe word, but just be like, yo, that's not working.
Yeah, don't deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, my wife had to tell me, Doc, cut your
Stop.
daggone nails. Like, they are hurting me. And I had to stop. They are pretty long today. I didn't really realize that. So I try to be as attentive as possible to make sure my nails, see, they're nice and
Oh my
they're
goodness.
nubs. And I try to make sure they are not going to hurt my wife. So you just have to, those are the kind of conversations you have to have. Like, hey, you have to be open, have those open and honest
true.
conversations.
Open and
Like, yo,
honestly.
It's open honest. I mean,
Open and honest.
that's light. Okay, at first I felt a little embarrassed, but that's light. You know.
Are you gonna get a little heavier?
No, I'm just saying that's a good example. I told him, dude,
Your nails.
your nails.
Yeah.
And I've tried to be as consistent as possible to make sure they're nubs. As many times, sometimes I forget,
Okay,
but I'll make sure I try to.
we can move on.
Sometimes we'll get a manicure.
But I mean, it does.
$20?
But it says that you put effort into making sure that you're pleasing your partner without focusing on yourself. A lot of times we like to but I like it like this, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is a give and take. This is between us. So we have to get something out of it. It's not about finding your own personal satisfaction and, I'm here, I'm good, I won the race. Good night to you. You gotta make sure that you're both satisfied at the end of the day. So there has to be a give and take. There has to be a space where you say, hey, maybe we're not gonna run today. We're going to let this be a marathon and we're going to go the distance so that we can cross the finish line together. Not that, we're going to on your mark, get set, go, and we're going to sprint out of here and see who get there first.
So do you have that conversation before and be like, all right, baby, today is a race.
Yeah.
I got you. Sometimes like
Sometimes you got 5 minutes.
Hey, look, we gotta go quick. So
Sometimes you got a 5 minutes.
We're gonna be here for the
Be
long
honest,
haul.
I'm tired tonight. I'm tired tonight.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to be as fast as possible to relieve your blessing. So,
Goodness.
But that I will say, being available, like that's a question that I had in the beginning. Like, what's my role as a wife? Like, am I supposed to always be available, or can I really be tired and go to sleep? Like, do I have to fake this so that you get what you need, you feel affirmed and loved and touched and all those things?
Ever faked it.
And or can I just say, high five, let's go to sleep. Let's go to sleep.
If we gotta go quick, yeah, you can fake it.
I mean, shoot, we trying to just,
Let me ask you a serious question.
Okay, we just gonna breeze past my question like it wasn't a question.
What was your question?
Like,
Oh,
but
what's your
do
position?
I have to be like, as a wife, am I supposed to be available whenever? Or do I get the option to say, or not do I get the option because I'm gonna take it if I need to, but is that something that is that something to be expected that I can say, I'm not interested tonight?
Tonight, yeah, of course. But tonight and tomorrow night and the next night and then the month from here and next month and the month after that and next year and they'll be waiting until 2 years and I think that's...
So 2 years is your cutoff.
No, 2 years ain't my cutoff, but I mean, within reason, of course, you don't need...
I don't know. I heard somebody say, what is it? Like 24 times a year is the average. A married couple has sex 24 times a year.
That's a great question.
So the dude popped up. The dude said, hey, and it was December. And he was like, hey, the average couple have sex 24 times a year. He was like, man, I got a busy month ahead of me.
Oh, wow.
But that's the question. How many times, let's break it down. How many times a week should a married couple?
I don't know if it's a should. I think it's a want, right? You have to determine. There are some times Shanita's tired and I'm the aggressor, and I know when it's like, oh, this ain't happening, and I know there's sometimes, if I do something just right, I might obtain favor from the Lord. But it just, thank you, baby. So good. But oh Jesus!
Before you go any further,
I feel my help coming.
Hey, I know that's right. But you said something. I want to kind of just dive into what you said. You said sometimes you're the aggressor, and other times she's the aggressor. What happens in relationships when the spouse feels like it's one-sided? How do you deal with that?
We can speak on that because a lot of times he has communicated to me that open and honestly, he has communicated to me that he wants me to be more of the aggressor. He wants me to initiate more. He's said that to me. That's part of it, right? Communicating. So the question is, what happens when that happens?
Like, how do you, like, what happens, like, somebody's watching this and saying, hey, man, I'm always the aggressor with me and my wife. And I really want her to, be the initiator, not even the aggressor, but just the initiator sometimes. And
I mean, he just communicated that to me. He told me what he wanted. I mean, I didn't change much because I can really, just go to sleep. I just don't have the drive. I'll just be honest. I don't have the drive that I used to have when I was younger. But it's good to know what it is that he wants. So maybe sometimes I could surprise him and start things up because I know that's what he likes. So I think the key is him letting me know what he wants from me now.
I feel like I do initiate, but you be missing the cues.
well, that comment wasn't for you. So.
I know, I'm just saying, but I think it's more than just me. I think in general, I think we initiate and y'all miss the cues because y'all expecting us to be like, and I'm not giving you that. I scooted my booty on you, man. Ma, please. I know I love your support. Ma, don't. You can just go and scroll past. But like, when I scoop my booty on you, when I get in the curve and I'm trying to cuddle, that's me initiating. You be like, okay. And you going to sleep. Like, you missed it. Like, it was an opportunity. If like you get out the shower instead of putting on, like I got my regular lotion and the body butters, but I might put a little extra on the back of my neck.
You know what I like.
So I wouldn't normally put the good smelling lotion on the back of my neck, but I do. And so you get in there, but that smells good. You missed it, friend. You done took yourself on to sleep and you missed it. And so now it's like, well, I'll just wait for you. And then I'm not being an initiator. So I think that the conversation goes a long way. I think saying, I see you doing this and I don't know what that means, or I'm looking for this and I don't see it, is what's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Michael D. Green told us years ago that foreplay doesn't begin in the bedroom.
Agreed.
Foreplay begins with how you treat your wife, how you treat your husband, how you support them, how you're there for them. Like, you can't, for brothers and sisters, you can't wait till you get to the bedroom sometimes. Sometimes it just is what it is. You know what you want. But you can't wait until you get into the bedroom to start setting the stage for your blessing.
Yeah, you missed it by that time, for real.
Sometimes it's you can't be expecting, y'all dead heat arguments ticked off. I mean, sometimes that happens, but not every time. You get in arguments and different things and upset and all these different things, and then you want to say, "Girl, give me that thing." She would be like, "You should have wanted that thing when you should have taken out the trash." Like,
We going back there now?
you know what I mean? Like you have to set the stage in your relationship to make sure that the foreplay is not just touching and kissing and hugging, but it's doing for one another outside of just the physical, what you want. Because a lot of times, sex is a lot of times mental, right? It's a lot of, you have to get into that place where, you're happy, you're enjoying one another. Like Antoinette was talking about, the smell or just the look in the eye, or, you have to invest in each other. That's the main thing. You have to invest in each other on how you treat one another, and like talk about those things that you would like. Like you can't just expect. My wife can't just expect on my wedding night, because me and my wife didn't have intercourse before marriage, to know exactly what she likes. Like it took some time. I mean, I was trash the first night. I really was. I was.
We both were.
I think I was more trash. I think you looked great. Had a nice, fresh.
Guilty.
That was the first and last time
Y'all
I
had a
ever
lot of
made.
practice.
No, we did not. No, we did not. No, we did
I don't
not.
want to hear that.
No, we did not.
That was the
We went
first-
a
Had a lot
whole
of
year. We went a whole
But
year.
we'll talk about before that, Brother Derek. Amen.
That was a
Amen.
long year.
That was long.
It was a long year.
We went a long year before we got married.
But this is my testimony. Y'all hush. Anyway, bottom line is this. She looked great. She had her lingerie on. And
First and last time. Never wore lingerie again.
I promise.
Hold on. He got you locked. Well, never mind.
No, I'm just saying, like,
it
it was no purpose.
I shot really quick.
Your daddy watching, boy.
Sorry, it's very fast.
Joe, and your mama too.
Sorry.
Again, we appreciate the support, but if you are a parent, a guardian, a trusted adult, scroll.
Yeah, just go past
Don't watch
this one, you know.
this.
Amen.
So let me ask a real question though, like a question that I've known for some couples to go through. Let's say there comes a point in your sexual life, in your marriage, that stuff just doesn't work. Like things happen, erectile dysfunction.
That 6-week wait
Yeah,
What's a 6 week?
after you have a baby.
A long time. I forgot. Y'all just had a baby.
That's not funny. That's not funny at all.
It's been what, 12 years? No,
8.
8.
Forgot again.
I forgot.
During Joel's fight with cancer, we were not able to be sexually active.
And I didn't know it though. That was the bad part.
How did I know it?
Because remember, I missed the class. You had to tell me. I was like, honey, it ain't.
You were radioactive, sir.
radioactive, buddy.
No, but it wasn't working though. It wasn't just radioactive.
Because of the medication, and then because of the medicine he was receiving, it was dangerous for me.
Yes.
So we had to refrain from having sex while he was going through his treatment, which was a while. But I think that's when that's why sex can't be everything, right?
Exactly.
That's why you can't marry someone for sex or because of sex, because sometimes
You ain't gonna get it.
you ain't gonna get it. So sex is not everything, and you'll find out real quick when those times happen, because sometimes it's not that serious of a disease. Sometimes it's just a moment. Sometimes it is medication.
Your body weary.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. Big ups to Joe. Yes, he is a cancer survivor. God give glory on that. But also, I'm being transparent since he was transparent. I'm gonna be transparent too. That year wait before my marriage put me in a place after we were able to, and it was like, whoa. And it wasn't that I couldn't perform, but like my body was like, hey, you didn't got yourself used to not performing. That I had to go in the wood shop and get some work in and kind of figure out what's going on with myself.
That's a weird analogy.
Yeah.
I don't want clarification though.
No, just the wood shop. So no, nothing.
I don't want clarification.
Whatever. The wood. All my instrumentalists know what I'm talking about. Going to wood shop, you got to go.
Okay.
Again.
We don't need clarification.
I don't want to know. I don't want to.
That's
I ain't
not
never
what I
going to
mean,
the wood shop with you ever.
I'm not talking.
Ever.
It's okay.
You hear me?
That's not okay.
I don't even want to go with you.
I am going to take us back really
No,
quickly.
but I'm just saying, and it was difficult because honestly, I remember it got to the point where
I need that cushion.
where I, as a man, no, watch this. As a man, it really did put a strain on me wanting to please my wife, but I couldn't at the time. It was taking a toll on me mentally, and I know that there are others that men. As a matter of fact, what's crazy is I actually got it. Like, men don't talk about this stuff. To be real, we don't talk about this type of stuff. We don't talk about those issues with each other because men don't do that.
Your time wasn't working.
Huh?
Your time
Well, so what's crazy is I was with one of my
It's real conversation.
one of my groups.
Y'all want to have a real conversation? I'm gonna have a real
Right,
conversation.
we're gonna have a real conversation. But I have to
forget
be
that we're
with,
here.
so I was actually talking to some of my brothers about like high blood pressure and stuff like that. And the conversation of you high blood pressure and being healthy and how these products may help work for your pressure, but it'll also help in your sex life. And I was like, whoa. And when they enlightened me on some of the things that they were doing with exercising to help yourself get back together, I ended up losing, I lost close to like 40, 50 pounds and stuff started working again. And I didn't realize how much, but I just remember during that time that it was rough, that it took such a toll on me because I knew I wasn't satisfying my wife. And as a husband, that was a rough place to be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I understand.
How as a wife, and I'm gonna ask you because you dealt with it, and you dealt with him doing his cancer about that I can understand that. But what happens when you questioning if I'm attracted to you still? Like, how did you deal with that? Like because I know those are some thoughts that come about, right?
So I will start at the beginning on that. First off, when there is an issue or there is a time where we have to wait. During my pregnancies, when we got towards the end of that third trimester, between his belly and my belly, it wasn't worth it. It was too much and I wasn't interested. So there was a very long period of time that he had to wait for me to feel comfortable again. And so sometimes it lasted beyond the 6 weeks because I just wasn't ready. So there are times that he was waiting for me and there were times that I was waiting for him. For whatever reason, we weren't able to. That time period before our marriage where we abstained completely, there was a year that we didn't have sex. It helped us to build an intimacy, build a friendship, build a foundation of how to relate to each other and still feel connected without sex. So that's what I relied on during that time. It was still nice to just cuddle up and watch a movie. It was still nice to hold hands and walk somewhere. So we had different things that we were able to do that kept us connected and at a level of intimacy. Of course, as time progresses and I'm like, okay, you do go to, is it me? I know I've gained weight. I know my body is different after these babies. I know that I work long hours, so we're not around each other as much. I know that I'm not as nice as I was when we first got married. I know that now real life has set in. I'm balancing the budget and we got bills to pay and there's pressures and there's all types of other things that are going on. I know that he's trying to figure out how he's going to get us to the next stage in life and looking to God for this plan that, you know, hasn't really come through yet. And I'm pushing him because we got to get to the next place. And I know there's a lot more pressure. So is that too much? Am I not the wife he's supposed to have? Like, I really dug into understanding what a helpmeet is. And like, is it me missing the mark? Mm-hmm. And so that wreaks havoc in your brain. And so sometimes you try stuff. You be like, okay, let me put a little smell good on, put a little lingerie on. That still didn't work. Okay, let me initiate more. That's not working. Okay, so clearly it's me. And so that was rough. But having a conversation and saying, I know that I'm different. I know that, you know, neither one of us is 20 anymore. Is there something that I need to do to take pressure off of you? Is it something that I'm saying that's turning you off? And having that conversation, and while he was saying, no, it's not you, it's me. And I'm like, whatever. Because whatever. Clearly it's me. But women do talk about this kind of thing.
Sure do.
So I was like, hey, what's happening? I was like, oh, no, how old is he? Oh, no, you just got to wait it out because this is what happens around that time. So having wise counsel, having somebody you can go to and talk to that'll tell you this is what's going on and give you what you need to get through that.
Yeah.
Y'all got to talk because we over here saving each other's days.
We definitely have to.
Sometimes you just gotta breathe.
Yeah, because
Drink that water, man.
It's a tough thing to, you know, we just not built to. I mean, men were not necessarily built to talk to other men about these types of things.
You were just, y'all, no one ever showed you how to do it.
Yeah, well,
They should have gave y'all a kitchen to play with when y'all was kids, and y'all learn how to talk better.
I think what has happened, or why it is so hard, is because
Pride. That's what you meant to say?
That's what I heard.
I was about to say pause.
Okay.
But pride, right? Because I think, you know, some people have a horrible spirit of trying to one up one another, and when you, you know, having these type of conversations, it's a weird spot to have somebody try to one up you when you're talking about, you know, these type of issues or whatever the case may be. Where, you know, because I mean, guys aren't sensitive to other guys a lot of times. So if I say, yo, I'm struggling, Doc, I tore it up last night. I don't know what your problem is. You need to go do something, you know, get one of them V pills or something. You know what I mean? You know, people are very sensitive. So you have to find people in your life that are sensitive, that you know that you could go to and have those conversations. And, you know, a lot of times it is having to feel, like Antoinette was saying, the older generation that has kind of gone through this before, and they could kind of tell you, you know, some have the terrible advice, some of them just doing either Cialis or Viagra, but, you know, sometimes you need somebody to tell you, yo, you just gotta get yourself mentally there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes you need to just turn off Instagram and Facebook and stop
and turn on your wife.
You know, and don't
so you don't like there, at times you're on Facebook and you're comparing your come on, honestly, I'm just being real. Like you looking at people, and a lot of times you have something that you may like or something that you may see that I found that, you know what, stop looking at all this stuff and go look at your white page. So I went to my white page and I saw her face, and I'm, you know, seeing her, and I was focused on her, and I took the time and focused on my wife, and I heard the reason why I did that more was I heard somebody say, take 2 weeks and focus on your wife more than you have been. And when I did that, I started, some of her features and things I started really like getting attracted to. Like even more. Does that, am I giving too much?
No, this is your testimony.
This is your truth.
This is your truth.
Okay. I mean, but it helped. You know what I'm saying? Because 2 weeks later, she walked in the door and I was like, sorry, she looking good. You know, and
it was me.
No. Well, y'all, it's been about 30 minutes.
Buddy.
Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and end this here. You know,
sending your questions.
Send me your questions for week 4, and we're going to answer some more. This has been Sex Talk with the Round Table. We'll have part 2 later on sometime. But Did y'all have anything y'all wanted to add before we leave? Anybody?
Man, just at those moments, because my testimony, part of it is I was dang, I don't want to tell that testimony.
Have fun.
Pray, ask God to give you the strength, give you the
Have fun.
give you the strength.
Have fun.
Pray for your body, wives. Pray for your husband's body.
Explore.
Husbands, pray for your wife's body.
Explore each other.
And sometimes
Your spouse.
and you know what? Sometimes you just gotta understand there's nothing like pleasing your wife. I am most attracted when my wife is pleased. Like,
Why you trying to stop? You trying to stop?
like I just love, and sometimes it gets on her nerves because I will wait. I want her to be pleased first. I want her to be satisfied. So just make sure that you explore pleasing the other.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get so focused on our likes and desires, but try pleasing the other. Make that the focus.
Make that the focus.
Touch
Focus.
a little, kiss a little,
What you
lick a
gotta
little,
say?
and you'll be all right.
I do want to say this. Man, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor, fellas.
That's right.
Go to the doctor.
Check your ball sack.
Be safe and have fun. Don't make no more people.
Feel a little, touch a little, have a great time. You know what? You and your wife, you and your spouse, whoever that might be, I mean, you guys were made for each other.
Yeah.
So just remember that God is in the blessing business. And even though there's some ups and some downs, I promise if you give your marriage to God, the ups will be more than the downs. I'm a living witness.
I agree. Fellas, go to the doctor. Take the time and go get checked.
It's not funny. I just want to go home. I want to go home.
I don't know why we thought we was going to have a conversation about sex.
Thank you, Lord.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Look, fellas, go to the doctor, okay? Ah, man. Hey, look, this has been awesome. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the round table. This has been week 3, where we talked about the ups and downs of sex and marriage. Send in your questions for next week.
You could do this part by yourself.
All right, we out of here. Thank y'all.